Hi everyone, my name is Vice and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I couldn't leave the last episode where it was, so this is the same day, same recording session. I just had to record another episode of this. I'll be posting this video the day after the last one posts up because I hate cliffhangers and this is a major cliffhanger going on right now because I have no idea what's going on. First it's Toko. Toko's like, yeah, I'm Genocide Jack, but I didn't do this. Byakuya. And then it's not Byakuya. And then it's Chihiro has a secret. So what the heck's going on? We're about to find out during the class trial recess.
For real? Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Alright. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. Where she took us was back to the body.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Who says that?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
This is creepy.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Dude!
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Thank you.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Go away!
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Why don't you just tell us?
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What?
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
What?
Is what?
a boy!
What?
Ah, I see.
What?
So she was actually a he.
How are you not surprised by this?
Thank you for confirming this fact.
How are you not surprised by this? There we go!
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
What the crap?
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
What the crap?
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Go away.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
Alright then, was not expecting that.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Okay then, so Chihiro's a dude.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
So, Chihiro got into the boys' locker room, because Chihiro's a dude. Okay.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl. but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. Thought it never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Ugh.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Why were you looking that close?
This is the most titillating situation!
Ugh.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Not all of them.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
How are you this chill?
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Wait, so he framed Genocide Jack after finding a dead body?
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
So who did
And you
it?
think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Is this a part of some sick game? He just wanted to see us solve a mystery?
At least, that's how I see it.
He just wanted to make the mystery more exciting? Is that it?
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Oh, you're still such a douchebag.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
That's what the culprit would say, wouldn't it?
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
What is wrong with you?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
Okay, yeah, uncovering the culprit's more important, but no, your reasons totally matter.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Wait.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Hiro was acting suspicious just now.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Stop enjoying this! But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer's a dude. Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find more clues. Celeste's account. With a tracksuit and everything? Okay.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
I hope so.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that
Celeste
might be
did.
enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
There we go. Ah! I was giving you new info. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes you think something weird's going on.
Shoot!
Let me think about it one more time. Must be a contradiction somewhere. Dang it!
Isn't there a single clue that
Blah,
might
blah,
lead
blah,
us
blah,
to
blah.
who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
There we go. Aha!
No, it's wrong!
Okay.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
So why didn't you just say that?
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
And you could have said something.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track
Okay.
jacket and a double bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Which is why I wanted to go to the trash room, but no, I couldn't.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he didn't want to work out with girls in the girls' locker room because he'd get shot by a Gatling gun.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
But who else did he trust?
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed. Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
Are you gonna go back to Toko? Toko's annoying, but at least she's not creepy.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Just tell me.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
No, I don't.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we have the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
as was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
So how do they show me who did it?
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
Okay.
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
What could it have...
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
What's the big deal about the jacket? Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. I'm at a total loss. Okay, back to Celeste's account. Am I gonna need to switch it out for another truth bullet?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
He just grabbed the tracksuit.
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Ah, dang it.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
Yes, it does. But dang, I got the wrong
white
one.
tracksuit personally.
Okay.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
She's right. What you just said now is really odd. What? How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
I don't get it.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay. Wait.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
This so nice. How did he know something like that? Did Celeste say blue? Did Celeste say blue tracksuit? I don't think...
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
I don't think she did.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he
Hold on. Ah, I can't look at the... Dang it. Can't look at the transcript.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
How do you know that?
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
No. What are you talking about? Shut up, you little bee. You think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction somewhere.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Dang it! Didn't mean to do that. Okay.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific
I
tracksuit
think I know what
that
I
he
need
did?
to do.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit
I think I know what I need to do.
it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit.
Yes, there we go.
It's wrong.
No. No.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
She didn't say the tracksuit was blue. She didn't say it was blue, which means no.
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. Then I assumed he headed off to exercise. She didn't say blue.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
No.
What are you? You just...
No.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
No.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
No.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit
I was just starting to like him. No.
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Please?
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
No.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
No.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
No.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
It was in a duffel bag.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. Just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
No. No.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
No.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did.
I'm saying this a lot, but no. Why, Mondo?
Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Why, Mondo?
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
Very smart. That was very smart, but why, Mondo?
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Why, Mondo?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Not because I hate him, but I guess the way he was acting?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off.
When?
Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men
Oh.
and women differently.
Wait, I didn't notice
You
it.
only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
I didn't even catch that.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Go away.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, why?
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
I don't know what to feel right now.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Please say something that makes it not Mondo. I forgot you had something to say.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Okay, now we're gonna hear about the ghost friend finally.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Just freaking say it!
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then...
Gotta stop spitting on my computer.
Here it is.
What do you have there?
A handbook?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? It must belong to Chihiro?
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed.
Okay.
I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
It doesn't say Chihiro, does it?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Broke it how? And now think about it, Monokuma said that the baseballs couldn't have destroyed Leon's handbook, so what's going on?
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
Get it, Monokuma.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
But is it
For
Leon's?
all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Yes, I most certainly do think there's a mystery in there.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How do the handbooks break? So one possible explanation. Exploiting a bug? Some kind of bugging exploit? No. Debug, couldn't afford to recall.
Shoot!
Embarrass myself. Crap. Hacking it! Throw it that way. Oh, the alarm, dang it.
Shoot!
But I thought the weak point one was just too obvious. So, that's gotta be it.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Oh yeah, what was it?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip.
Oh.
But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
Please just tell us, you stupid bear.
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Yes.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Like an incinerator.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
How?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Okay.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried.
Genocide Jill really creeps me out.
That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Alright, that's a nice little tidbit, but what does that have to do with the trial?
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Was it Taka?
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Because they were in the sauna before. I don't want to believe Mondo did it. I can't believe Mondo did it. His character's developed too much.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Because he and Mondo and Taka were in sauna for a really long time, so if one of them kept their handbook in there with them for so long, it would have broken. So then one of them would have switched their broken one with Leon's handbook, and then they would have broken Chihiro's handbook.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Was it Taka?
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
You bastard. Taka. Had to be the one who wore their clothes into the sauna. It was... Taka! No, certainly it wasn't me, but, I mean, you seem awfully rattled, Taka. Could it be you know who it actually was? In that case, there's really only one person left it could have been. So I can embarrass myself in front of everyone. With their handbook in the sauna. Oh! Taka didn't, it was Mondo. It was Mondo.
Here's my answer.
It was Mondo.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
No.
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Were you his accomplice?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
No.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, no, no!
No, wait, hold on! You've got it all wrong! He would never kill! I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but that I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. What? No, Mondo. Oh, crap. Okay.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Thinking card reader.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Okay. I gotta be careful here. Sure, Mondo's handbook broke during the sauna showdown. If I could just prove that. I'll show the handbook Mondo has. It may actually be Leon's.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Show me your handbook.
No.
Show me your handbook. It says Leon.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
Leon's?
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Show me your handbook, Mondo.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Nope, he's just borrowing it, not loaning it.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
Please tell me I'm wrong.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
No.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
This is how I make the manga? Yep. Okay. Where's the duffel bag? There. Okay, so... Stuff. Bye. Locker room. And that, I think, and then scanned it to get in. Hey! Hi! And then is lifting, hit Chihiro. And then she dropped it. Switched everything out. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, and so rolled up the carpet. Wait, no. Thinking that. Okay, rolled up the carpet. Girls. But how did he get into the girls' locker room? Oh, by borrowing Sayaka's. Okay, hold on. No, that's right. And that has to be right. And this is the sauna. Threw them in there. And then it broke. I think. So then... Wait a minute. swiped. Swipe that. Scanned it. Then put the poster up. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened.
I think I got it right.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Yep. So I got
With
that right.
bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Didn't have my reasoning right. Think through range of events of the case. Crap. Scanned first, then entered.
The killer is you!
Right.
With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker room. But how could the victim...
Okay, there we go. I got it right.
Simple. Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Didn't land my reason right. Dang it. No. Okay, give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
Can't give up now. Okay. Whew. Good. I thought I was gonna have to completely start everything over. But okay. So you're there. And scan the card. Entered the locker room. And that was correct. Splatter. Blood was there. It's gotta be it. Took that off. And wait a minute. Get where you belong. Then he swiped this. Scanned. And okay, yes. Put the poster there. And he walked in, saw that, grabbed this, wrote Bloodlust, then Sauna, dropped it in there.
The killer is you!
Okay. This has to be it.
Let's take a...
Okay, blah blah, we've been
Last
through this.
night at
Super fast cooking.
That's...
Okay, blah 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 blah, we've been through this.
With bag in... She made her way to the locker room. But how could the...
Okay, so they went in.
Simple, which is...
And met with the killer.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed
the dumbbell, hit,
and attacked him.
splattered blood. Yes.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Dang it. Okay, so... so we're still in removal stage. Had to remove that.
Here's exactly what happened.
Please?
Which is why the killer hurried to try. Then, removing the bloody poster.
What else could it have been? Was it going to the
killer
that? Going to the girls' bathroom?
Which is why the killer hurried to then remove.
There we go.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Ugh. Why, dude? You're messed up.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Why, Mondo? Why did Mondo do this?
And that's how it all played out.
What did you need to hide?
Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
I want to be mad. I want to be so mad.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
I want to defend him too, but evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. I can show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added. Yes! Tell me. More about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push all of those however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But it only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so let's make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got to access the special time, right? Also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. The opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle. Your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. Activate Fever Time at this point. No, never mind, sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprising, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time. Good luck and have fun. I guess mine's set to gentle. I honestly can't remember what I set it to.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen.
Okay.
I refute you.
Come on.
False.
There we go. There we go. 1 and 2 and
Show
1
me
and 2
some evidence.
and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2
I
1
won't
and 2
listen.
1
False.
yeah. Come on. I'm not even looking at any gauges or anything.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence.
Okay. Super clicking mode. Super clicking mode.
Refute you. False.
Gotta lower his focus.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt.
Okay.
I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence.
Okay.
I won't listen. I refuse to vote.
There we go.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Okay, that was way too close for comfort. That was way too close. That was... How am I supposed to give him a tempo if I can't see it?
So far is right. Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
Should have done that a lot sooner.
You know how to do that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Gotta come clean.
I did it. I killed him.
Why, Mondo? Okay. Okay, still got an A. 78 mono coins. Which is good, but...
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up.
Dude, please tell us why.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank.
I don't
Who will
wanna.
you elect as the blackened this time around?
I don't wanna.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
No. I have to know why. I have to know why.
What?
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're trading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. No, I want to hear this. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he had tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. And weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. Then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack. The armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
what?
And yet,
I'm sorry,
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
but
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Unknowingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm gonna get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first and then ask him to help him from there. The person he went to
Yeah, that's right.
was Mondo. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
It could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
Whoever knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room. Everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. Possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory. That secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's older brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he irritated him in everything that he did. Mondo was the very epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Go away, fly. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and as number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I just...
Gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what.
Don't fuck with me!
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. Kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I messed up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his big brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. It's a team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. As a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid's brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. Then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I'd have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why... That's why Mondo... After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously?
I'm sorry.
Sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you kept the secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you messing with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Damn it. Look at him, you see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you SOB. Go ahead. Say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as you want. It's what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The black end that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Awada, the ultimate biker gang leader, I don't want to watch this. Wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
I don't want to watch this. Oh, one of those? Cage of Death? Well, I at least have to say this is creative. I never would have thought of this as an execution. Oh. Guess it electrocuted him. Okay guys, sorry this has been such a long video, but it's about to draw to a close. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, had to go away. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless. Like the voice of death, it chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual. So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me, I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. Didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. If that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene?
But...
Damn, man. If you hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned her and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason? Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean?
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why I have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how
the noble son of a
exciting.
noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think it's the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm gonna find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Ew. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage or effort or friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
Wait, girl? What girl? The last two murderers have been men. Did you do this before?
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
You've done this before.
Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
What?
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there.
Someone's plotting with you?
I know I said you could ask anything, but...
What girl killed someone? I mean, he could be talking about Sayaka if this is happening now.
Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Who is this? Boy's life of despair. So I have no idea what just happened. In the end. To be continued. I don't want that. Yeah, I'll save. But, man. Again, I'm sorry I didn't think this video would take this long, but I just couldn't stop. This game, I'm like, I don't understand how it can get worse. Like, I heard particularly from people who've played the game before that the 4th trial is really brutal. When I started playing the game with that in mind, I thought that would be when Sayaka got murdered, or Sayaka turned out to be a murderer, but that happened with the 1st trial. And then this happened. How on earth is this gonna get worse? This is such a great story, but ugh. Anyways, that's about all the time I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, it really helps me out a lot. If you have suggestions for other games for me to play, let me know down in the comments. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next Vices Virtues. Catch y'all later.